And how it's going to work is I'm going to go through the presentation still, and then we'll answer questions at the end. It doesn't matter what the question is about. It doesn't matter what level you are on with the mascot business. I'm going to stay on and answer all the questions. So an intro for myself. I'm a mom of two. I'll be retired from the military on May 1st. So I'm very excited about that. I did 20 years and some change. And so that's coming up. I started this business because of my kids. They have fall and winter birthdays. And when their birthdays came around, it was like, what do you do for a 1-year-old? Thank you. What do you do for a 1-year-old in the wintertime? What can come to you and letting people in? What can come to you that's clean, that's safe, and then they leave? You don't have to go to Chuck E. Cheese or any of the other places like that. And then you're there with everybody. So this was pre-COVID. I was thinking like that, like I want to say 2008, but I didn't start any actual business until 2013. So that's the background. That's basically how I got started. I always was entrepreneurial, but the actual business came in 2013. So I'll go over like a couple of FAQs that people ask off the top before anything. Most people say like, what sizes are the costumes? And they're not small, medium, and large. They're not 2X or 3X or anything like that. They're really one size fit most. And you want to think they're true to the size. So Minnie Mouse, that should be a small person. Spider-Man, that should be a buff, athletic, built person. So they're true to the character. And when I say one size fit most, you can get a 5'2" person, maybe 150 pounds inside of a Cookie Monster costume, as well as a 6-foot person that's almost 300 pounds. The shape of the body camouflages both sizes. So I wouldn't try to get, I remember one guy, he tried to get like a 6-foot Mickey Mouse, and it was a double X. It took away from the costume. It was a waste of time because the vendor tried to make it and it was just blown out of proportion. So you want to keep it true to the size that the vendors send to you. Another FAQ is how long does shipping take? Most of the vendors are overseas. So their shipping timelines is about 3 to 6 weeks before they send it to you. But once they put it in the mail, it's about 14 days landed like to your doorstep. So if you are planning something, you want to order that costume as soon as possible, just so in case there's delays, hiccups, you want to get it, try it on, take pictures, practice in it. So always order your costumes as soon as possible. If you're trying to do something for Easter, you want to start ordering it like October, November, just so you can have it and you can do your promo with it. Another question I get a lot is, how would I know if people will order this? So everybody location is different. Their audience is different. All you have to do is ask. Some people think that, well, if I post it, I don't know if they will come. The only way to know if they're coming is if you ask. So you put your social media flyers out, you put your fillers out there for your family and friends, like, hey, I'm about to buy this costume and I'm going to do parties or whatever. Would you support it? Go to local daycares and say, do you guys want to do like a birthday party? I'm getting this costume and I'm just asking questions, seeing who would you guys like and would you be interested in it. The only way you're going to know is if you ask and then take into consideration what they tell you. Lastly, how much do you pay workers? So depending on their skill level is how much they get paid. Most of the mascot costumes, those are teenagers that work during the summer mostly, but they're teenagers starting at 14. So if they're brand spanking new, they might get $15 a party, $20 a party, up till about $30. If they are not active or like likable, put you in the mind frame of a Disney character where they got it, they're bubbly, they're engaging, they have to work their pay up. You can't come in top dollar and you need to work on your skills. So that range is between $15, $30. You got to take in consideration here, most of the mascot people go and pick up the characters and then drop them back off. So they got to ride there and back. And if it's a long day, most of the time you're feeding them. So you take all that into consideration. If it's someone that can like hold down their own fort and their experience, then they're going to get $30 a party or even more. So moving on, how much is your initial investment? So you could do it two ways. You could buy a bunch of costumes up front, or you could just buy it as you go. So it depends on how much money you want to spend at starting out. $1,000 could get you about 3 or 4 costumes. Every costume is not like a Bluey or a Chase or things like that. There's very good cheap costumes on Amazon, like your Spider-Man, your Power Rangers, and Easter bunnies. Those things are on Amazon and the price is not bad. So you'll see me looking over here because, like I said, I couldn't, as soon as I wanted to present, it said my computer needed to be updated and I didn't want to start too late. So before you get started, 2 things you want to consider. How are you going to run your show? What type of business do you want to be? That's very important. You could do a couple of different styles, but you want to get in the mind frame of, am I going to be a rental company? Am I going to be a telegram person? Which a telegram is, you go to a place and you say, hey, is Keisha here? It's Keisha's birthday. And you might have on a chicken costume, or you might have some type of gag gift in your hand. That's more so a telegram. You're showing up, giving them something, balloons, basket, or you are giving them an actual gift that the person wants you to give to them. So also in that, are you going to do a year round? I do a year round. Are you going to be seasonal? Or are you just going to come out for Santa Claus season? Are you just going to come out for Easter season? Are you just going to do readathons with Dr. Seuss? You want to see what type of style you're going to go after. So I didn't explain rental. So rental is just, I have the costume, you want it, I rent it to you, you pick it up, or I drop it off. I don't provide a performer and you get somebody to get in it, or you get in it yourself. You bring it back to me, I clean it, hang it up, and get it ready for the next person. That is very common. Like that, we have places here, but they don't really do the Mickeys, the Minnies, the popular birthday characters. They do like Rudolph, Easter, Santa Claus, things like that. But rental is profitable as well. Okay. So birthday parties, that's where I make a lot of money in. I do 45-minute sets right now, or 20-minute visits. And lastly, cosplay, like where you really, really get into like being a mermaid or being Batman, and you have the whole getup and your whole costume maybe costs $1,500. Those are very, very high-end type of character performers. So keep that in mind, which avenue do you want to go with? All right, so let's move on to, what do you do when you get your first costume? So immediately take it out the box. While it's being shipped, it's all crammed into the box, it's lost its shape. If it's something huge like Bluey is a big box, costume. So you need to take it out, undo the folding and things like that, Sometimes you might have to put some pillows in it or stuff some sheets in it just to get the body back to normal. Also, you want to get in the habit of recording yourself when you get it. So when it comes on your doorstep, take your phone. Guess what I got today? Record it, bring it in the house, record yourself opening it up, record yourself putting it on. Record, take a picture of it when you have it on. Like, get in the mind frame of record everything, because this is the same stuff you're going to put on social media. So, okay, so that's my computer's restarting. So let me go over here and get to my slideshow. So while I'm pulling that up, do anybody have any questions about those few things I went over? You can unmute. If not, we'll keep going and we'll take questions at the end. Go ahead, did you have something?
How much do you typically charge for your 45 set and 20-minute set?
So right now I'm doing $125 for the 20-minute set and $199 for the 45-minute set. And that's for one character. And that you have to be local. So you have to be within 20 miles. If it's over 20 miles, then it's like $3 a mile from there.
Okay, I have a question. What's a good website to order mascot?
So you got your Facebook marketplace, and there's Facebook groups. You got Etsy, you got Amazon, and then you got Alibaba. I'm also a vendor, so you can purchase them directly from me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, and Etsy is a good one too. You can see the reviews. All right, anybody else? I can't see myself, so I might look weird, but I had to bring that slideshow up on my phone. So we're gonna move on. Where to find workers. When I first got started, I had a teenage cousin and I asked her like, hey, do you know somebody that wanna get in some costumes and get paid? So she had a guy that was in high school with her. He was like, yeah, I do it. So come to find out, he had about 3 brothers. One year older, and then like 2 of them that were stair-step, like 2 years behind. That family, we all grew up together in this business because we all rotated out. And once those 2 younger brothers got older, and even a sister, they came along and worked in the business too. So I would say start with high school students, start asking your family and friends for teenagers. I remember one of my cousins, he was an adult. He actually did my first birthday party, and he was well into his late 20s, but he was helping me out. Just, you could put things on Indeed, again, social media, ask who's interested. And I think a good catch is like, hey, you get paid the same day. Hey, it's seasonal, it's part-time, things like that. That's how you'll grab people. All right, moving on. Average price of costumes. It doesn't matter which vendor you're using. The stuffed characters costumes, like the Chase, the Mickey, they're going to be like $300 plus. If you're getting into the deluxe, it's going to be even more. But your cheaper costumes, like I mentioned, Spider-Man, Power Rangers, Easter Bunny, even a Santa suit, you can get all that stuff under $200. Cleaning costumes. When it comes to cleaning a costume, each costume is different. So a Minnie Mouse dress, you want to take that to the cleaners. You can wash it at home, but you don't want to dry it. So it's a delicate material. Something like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse with the cloth jumpsuit, you can throw that in the washer and then gently dry it. Something that's really padded like the Hulk, you want to take it to the cleaners. You can also soak the whole costume into a tub of water, a little washing powder, and a little vinegar. But that way takes days to dry. You want to do that in the summertime, or you want to have it in front of like 2 fans, because there's a lot of cushion. And I'll do a video to show you guys insides of different costumes. It's a lot of cushion inside of there. So it takes days to dry on its own. It'll take 1 day if you got it in a heated area or like under 2 fans. When you're doing the inside of the head, I don't submerge those in water or anything. I have a gun that I put alcohol in there, and it's a solution, and it sprays inside the head. I also wipe inside of there with Lysol, alcohol mix, and also allow that to dry. So that's how you clean those. Moving on to who to target. A lot of my customers are parents right now, but I also do city events, Christmas parties, your daycare grand openings, just a random birthday party at daycares. Churches, they have their field days where they want characters to come to. Schools always like Dr. Seuss or anything that's educational. So like your Chase and your Marshall from Paw Patrol, they have a theme, they have a purpose there. That's a police officer and a firefighter. So costumes like that do well with the schools. And events, get with event planners that host theme events. So for instance, one lady, she would do like a dinner, like a sit down dinner, DJ, a nice photo op area, and just like a dance with the characters. And she would charge like $25 a head. And everybody had to pay. If you were 2 and up, everybody was $25 a head. But that's literally all you did. So people that like to throw parties, event planners, other people in this space, if you partner up with them and say, hey, well, I got JJ, I got the watermelon, and then they do all the decor and all that, and they have an event where they put it on Eventbrite or Facebook Marketplace, those are people you want to target. Now, I have a couple more slides, and we'll open it back up for questions. So the next part I wanted to talk about was potential earnings. If you started out with, if you started each costume out as $150, if you did 4 rentals a month, for the year, you will have $7,200. So it just goes up from there. At my peak, like when I was just going really, really hard, I would run 2 teams, which means one team would go to 3 parties in a row. So they'll go 2 to 3, 3:30 to 4:30, 5 to 5:30. Back when I did hour parties, I only do 45-minute parties, but just to keep it clean. That same team of people will go to each party. So that's 3 parties that day. So if we did, let's say 2 characters is 200, and they have 3 parties, that one team had 3 parties, that's $600 for team 1. And then the second team would do the same thing. They would start at the first party, go to the second, and go to the third. 2 teams, 3 parties each, 6 parties altogether, we are looking at $1,200 for that day. So it just depends on how much do you want to work. Do you want to work every weekend? But the best thing about this is the costumes sell themselves. It's not really a hard sell. When people come to me, it's like, I've been looking for Elmo. I've been looking for Gracie. How much? When are you available? Can I put it down? Like, it's not a hard sell. Like, they're already, the ball is in your court. So you could play with the numbers. I'm always here to help with that. But if you just do basic math, like, yeah, if I do X parties at this amount each month, you'll know how much potentially you can earn. Next part, how to get your name out there. When I first started, I remember going to Walmart parking lot asking family and friends, going to the city bus shelters in the costume. Well, I wasn't in the costume. I had somebody else in there, but we would just like take free pictures, post it on social media, like, hey, we're here, we're open. Look at this, we're spreading joy. Like people just want to see you moving. Excuse me. They just want to see that the character looks right. It's not dirty. The person not up there taking their head off and not like being disrespectful. They just want to see you in action. So social media helped out a lot. That was like key. Instagram, Twitter was I used Twitter a lot back in the day, but Instagram when I first came out, and Facebook and family and friends. Just if you start there, word's gonna spread. And if you post it like you're already on, like I'm already good at this, look at these pictures, people are gonna pick up. The other way, like I mentioned earlier, get used to documenting everything, because you could just use that for your social media content. So a couple of things you can post to help you get your name out there. It's like unboxing the item, the kids' reactions to things. You can take videos and pictures of you cleaning the costumes. People love to see that. You can also poll people and say like, hey, should I buy JJ or Bluey? Should I buy the red mini or pink mini? And if you think that's training them to be like, oh, well, Tamika she's about to rent pink mini. When do you need it? Because they see you in action. Post that you're trying the costumes on, showing that you're taking them to the cleaners to get clean, and also show like you before and after the party. I call that the Kim K method. Like the Kardashians, they don't be talking about nothing, but they document and just string you along like, oh, okay, they went to eat pizza, but you're so invested. Like, so we went over potential earnings already. Also, I do this part-time. I do know people that do this full-time. They definitely run teams, 2 or 3 teams every weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So like I said, I'm retiring from the military now. My 9 to 5 is with a agency related to the military. So this business came later, but I could see how you could do the numbers and make it a good full-time gig. Now, next on my slideshow was it was a video of the party. Go ahead.
So just to, kind of set expectations, what do you offer for the birthday parties, right? So you won't, like, do you offer dancing? Do you offer like, sitting the kids on your laps? Like what is actually included in your package?
Right, so the video I was gonna show until my computer wanted to restart tonight and do a system upgrade, show the whole video, but let me run you through it. So the most common thing, sometimes parents will be like, I just want you to come here and do this. I just want you to give them a gift. I just want to take pictures. In those moments, I just do that. I just want you to come to the class and bring cupcakes. Boom, easy peasy. Charge them regular price, but that's all they want. But if I'm doing a set, I come in a 45-minute set. We come in to the theme music and we meet and greet everybody. High fives, hugs, how you doing type thing. Next, we go into an icebreaker, which is like, it could be head, shoulders, knees, and toes. It could be a line dance. It depends on the audience. But I call that an icebreaker. Like, all right, we here now. Everybody come party with me. Let's get up out your seats. Like, come on, engage. Because you're not going to sit here and look at me like, oh, they're so boring. So you do a couple of icebreakers, head, shoulders, knees, and toes, limbo, freeze dance. Those are like, get up, let's go. After that, after icebreakers, dancing, hugs, high fives, Then I go into a formal, let's take pictures. They usually have a backdrop or just a certain place they want to take it. That takes 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the size of the family. After that, we twist balloons, simple balloon animals, and pass them out. And if it's a birthday party, lastly, we're singing happy birthday. And that's like their last photo opportunity with the character while they're singing around the cake. And then we say bye and we leave. That's basically the set. If they doing 20 minutes, we do the same thing. We just do less of it. So other games that go well is musical chairs, follow the leader, all the line dances, arm wrestling with like a Spider-Man or something like that. And what else? A lot of TikTok right now, those TikTok viral things, you can plug those in. The clean ones, you can plug those in. So that's what goes on at the party. And I always ask, like, hey, do you have something that you want us to do? Or do you want me to do our set? Some of them do have one special thing. Some of them are like, no, just come take this just come entertain the kids for that time that you're here. So I can get that video over to you because it's on TikTok and you'll be able to see it and it'll all come together.
Can I add a question as well?
Yeah.
Would you recommend renting your costumes out? Like, say you only offer mascot performers, like, do you feel like the money is probably really at renting and offering performing? Or is
so
that like
I get what you're saying. Like, should I welcome on the additional stream or should I just stay with performing?
Yeah.
So I didn't start renting until COVID. It didn't even really cross my mind. I did straight perform, like we came out and did the do. But I made sure I had like 2 or 3 of each. Even though I haven't lost anything, nothing has been damaged. People, it's the weirdest thing. Elmo won't be booked for 17 weeks or whatever, but then it's like, soon as you rent that one out, 2 people won't Elmo the same day. So I feel like that's one thing you run into. And the money is great. The money is great with renting because I don't have to go do it. That's least labor intensive. So I would do both, but I would definitely have the time in between, or I would have multiple ones. And for instance, like a baseball park, they just put in an order like 2 weeks ago, something for July. They want to rent 4 costumes. So it's like $500. They're going to come pick it up. They're going to come bring it back, but I don't have to staff it. So.
Makes sense. So really you should either have the double the inventory because you don't want to overbook it, like have enough inventory to be able to do both.
Right. And then I got something to add to that. When you're performing in it, you're harder on the costumes. Like the turnover is faster because if your people are like sweating in it and things like that. That's another reason I got 2 sets. You can do it with 1 set, but you performing in it, you're a lot harder on it. You're in it more. The person that rents it, they're only in it like 5 minutes. They're like, oh yeah, y'all got y'all pictures? Let me take this off because this is too much. Where you're in there 45 minutes at a time, or however long you choose. You're a little harder on the costume.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Ali's question, sorry.
No, go ahead.
So one, I don't know if you went over how much you charge for rental, and then 2, for rental, how do you like secure that? Like make sure that, like, do you have them to put down a $350 deposit just in case they don't return it? Like, how does that work out?
Okay, so right now, my rentals is $125 each. And it's 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, that doesn't matter. You could pick it up on Thursday or Friday and return it on Monday or Tuesday. That doesn't matter to me because once it's out, and then I got multiple ones.
Now, do you do that during the weekend? Like, say, for instance, that someone wants to rent it on a Friday and someone wants to rent it on a Sunday and you just have one costume. Like, how does that work out?
If I only had one, they got to bring it back that day.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I would do it.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
starting out, I wouldn't buy a whole bunch.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
like year 8 for me.
Right.
So
Right.
I don't want
Okay.
that headache of
Right.
you feel me. So the other part, so right now the rentals is 125, and then you said for the security of it. So I take $150 security deposit because I get some people that's like, oh, I don't have a credit card or I don't have this. So I take that in cash or I just hold it on a credit card. The system I use, you could check it in and it's an authorization on a card. So to date, nobody, I have not had to buy a new costume or anything like that. One lady, she did rent Spider-Man and it took her longer to bring it back, but she brought it back. She lost her deposit, but she brought it back. But I had to charge her the deposit because you took too long. So just to set that
Yeah.
business is business.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right, let me get back to this. Wow.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So you will charge 125 regardless of time? You will charge a full day?
Yes, I do. I do now for rental.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's kind of industry standard here in Cleveland, Ohio. There's a costume store not far from me, and they do the same thing. Their prices are actually a lot less. It's like $20, $40, and it's for the whole weekend. So we kind of left off on agendas while we're at the party. So I mentioned line dance. Okay, I didn't mention potato sack race, hot potato, hokey pokey, itsy bitsy spider, duck duck goose, and happy and you know it. So it just comes with knowing your audience. If it's a 1-year-old party, I'm heavy on the Gracie or toddler games because a lot of the kids there, they might not even be able to walk or run good. I'm not going to pull out the potato sack race for 1-year-olds and 2-year-olds. But if it's 6 and 7-year-olds, yeah, we're getting active. So you'll know how to, I know it's a couple of people that's doing characters already, but you'll know how to gauge it based on the age. There is only 5 more slides left. So the next topic is bundles that sell. So like we said before, you can do the birthday party thing, you can do the rental thing. It doesn't matter. You can interchange throughout the year. I interchange. I'm not married to one thing. But the photos with the characters, that goes well. Partner with a photographer or not. I've used a camera myself, one of the expensive cameras, and took pictures at the daycare with the Easter Bunny. That went well. Or you can have an event planner do you a nice backdrop somewhere, and then an actual professional photographer do the pictures. People love it. They'll come all themed up. It doesn't matter. They'll pay up to like $50 for a family session. I mentioned food delivery. We deliver pizza, cake. That's mainly it. Birthday cakes and pizza. And something like that, I would still charge $125, even if we're just in there for 5 minutes. Sipping paints, we've done that before. The Grinch one went very, very well. I've also made candy bags and passed them out to the theme of the character. So I got like some math from Sam's Club. I think Sam's Club is everywhere, where you can like make a candy bag for like less than $1 and upcharge that and have the characters deliver it or bring it with you to the party. Yard cards, the signs that go in the front yard of the homes or in front of a business, like happy birthday, Skyra, and it's mermaid theme. Partnering with that, people like that, because once the character get there, they already have a photo op. Bundling this with face painters and balloon twisters, it's a win-win. It's a steal. Something like that, I would charge almost $500 because most of the time you need 2 hours with the face painter, and sometimes you can get the face painter to do a vendor rate for you. So like one of my face painters charged $75 an hour. So I charged the customer $125. And the balloon twisters here are very, very expensive. So the margins are not that good, but basically you can make a bundle with anybody is what I'm getting at. Balloon candy cups, those are really inexpensive. So it's a clear cup, and maybe I can get these slides up too. It's a clear cup, and you know how you have an icy and it has the opening at the top, where the icy spills out a little bit. Instead of being icy in there, of course, you put candy or whatever trick is in there, and you put 2 balloons in there. But the balloon that's standing up on top of the cup is like the theme of the character. And then lastly, you could do cocoa bombs. Like around Christmas time, the Grinch cocoa bombs, Santa, those are really good. You can upsell with that. Okay, so the last part is safety. Safety, safety, safety. If you are hiring somebody and they're going out to represent you, do background checks. Do background checks. Don't send anybody to anybody's house. It's not worth it. You wanna keep that legit. You never want to get a reputation of just sending anybody out. And if you're a parent, you want to know that somebody's sending somebody that's of good character, safe to your house as well. These are mainly kids. If you experience power outages, I do take a radio to the location. I know some of my counterparts in other states, they just show up as the character. Whatever you do is on you. If you don't have music, that's your fault. But with me, I want it to be super professional. So I got a radio from Sam's Club. They're like $170. They're battery operated. They are louder if you plug them in, but if I'm in a park, home, I can pull up and we can do our thing. These characters don't talk at all. You don't want them to talk. One, their voice doesn't match the actual character. So you have to have some type of music on to fake the kid out like this is the real person. So just to alleviate the mom not being able to connect the Bluetooth, oh, the DJ not here. I don't want to hear it. I want everything to be professional. So I bring my own radio. So for weather, cold or hot, everybody has to stay hydrated. You'll be surprised if you never did this before, how much of a workout it is. Even if you're not in costume, standing outside or ripping and running to 3 or 4 parties, it's work. It's work. Especially if you got like a analyst job like me, like you have to build up your stamina. So you got to make sure you're staying hydrated, protecting yourself from the weather and things like that. And then I just got to stay vigilant. Out of all the times, I do have 2 incidents where a fight started. I wasn't there. My host was there and one of my dancers. They had to take the costume off and get out. They were in the basement. one ex-girlfriend, the baby mother hit the new girlfriend, and it was on from there. So they had to leave. And then I personally was at a 1-year-old party where the stepson and the stepfather got into it, and they pulled out weapons. So it's just like, wow, like you never know. And it wasn't in like a super bad part of the city, but they already had beef, obviously, and it came out there. So just stay vigilant. In any case like that, you want to take the costume off and get out of there as soon as possible. I have it where if I'm threatened, I don't feel safe, the conditions are not safe, we're gone and we're not returning any money back. So lastly, I got some important dates that you can campaign around. And I'm going to work on pulling this up on the computer so I can show y'all the slideshow if you guys have time to stay on. But days like there's National Milk Day. That would be a good promotion for Cookie Monster to do a promo. You can get cookies at Sam's Club, have somebody bake cookies, pass them out. Like you play up on the day. Elmo birthday is like February 3rd. Dr. Seuss birthday, that's in March. You can have Cat in the Hat do a promo run, as well as Thing 1 and Thing 2. Easter is very big here. Star Wars, you got National Pizza Day. You could do like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, or other characters work too. Mickey Mouse birthday, Minnie Mouse birthday, and of course, Christmas is a big one. Don't just think about Santa Claus and the Grinch, the Nutcracker, reindeer, snowman, gingerbread man, elves. Those off-brand characters, those get you to the malls and to the schools. They here they shy away from the Grinch or Olaf. Characters like that that are in movies, they shy away from. But like a Nutcracker, a reindeer, they're paying top dollar for it, and they want you at their event that they're having, so families can come take pictures and shop and bring awareness to their shop. So that is my spiel. I'm going to work on getting this up on the computer so I can have some visuals for y'all. If y'all have questions or just want to share where you're at in the journey, please come off mute and let us know.
I got a question.
Yes.
When is a good time to send your contract out or ask for whatever the remaining balance is of the party that they booked?
So right now I have it where you book, when you pay, you're booking. So people will be like, hey, do you have this date available? You'll say, yeah. And then they might not want to book until the day before. This is not that type of business. We're not firefighters. We're always ready. So I'm sending everything as soon as they send a deposit. And
no, is that just because you've been in a business for 8 years, like, because with people trusting you and whatnot, like that's why I kind of said it as a deposit so people know that you're going to show up. But I didn't know, like, to make sure I'm gonna get paid, I don't know if I should do it the day of, the day before, or something to me in the middle.
I would do, like, what system are you using now? Or like, how are you getting the money?
Inflatable Office is the app that I'm using, and I think I'm using Square. I'm using Square for the payments.
Okay, so I would do like a 4-day reminder before. Both of those do email. 4-day reminder, 2-day reminder. But if you really just want them to, like, hey, you want to prove to them that you're trustworthy, just do a small deposit and remind them up until the day, and then tell them the party doesn't start until I get the balance. So you can pay me when I show up, cash app, credit card, but you have to pay me before I start. So I would just communicate it all the way up until coming to the party.
Okay,
with an email sequence or a text message, or auto text message.
okay.
But the expectations, I would say that right away, as soon as they book, that balance you could put on the email sequence. And
I have a question. Oh, sorry.
go ahead.
So as far as for the performers and breaks, I'm not sure if you covered this in the beginning because I was a little late.
That's okay.
I know you mentioned for your business, it's 45 minutes, but does that incorporate a break for the performer, especially if it's really hot? Or I guess, do you have a break policy for the performer?
Not if it's just, so I got 20-minute visits right now and 45-minute parties. If it's just that, the performers are going straight. If it is like for Black History Month, they wanted characters like for 3 hours. Every 45-minute increment, they're taking a 15-minute break where they got to go somewhere, take it off, hydrate, eat a snack or whatever. Then that's when the performers take their break. But if it's just a regular party, they're expected to last the entire time. And I think my set works best because the things I described, you're not dancing or turned up the whole time. You are pacing yourself, like you're coming in, hugs, high five, light pictures. Then we go into like some dancing, but then we come back down from that. Like limbo, all they have to do is stand there and hold the stick. So they're regrouping and something like that. Arm wrestling is only one child at a time. So they're regrouping. So how I'm doing the set, I'm not burning them out. I do see other companies where it's like, if I could turn up TikTok, like we're gonna go hard, like you at the club, but the kids would be super tired. They won't be able to last like all day. Plus, if you're doing something Friday, Saturday, Sunday they calling off. They just was turned up for 45 minutes straight. So yeah, they don't have a break. Their break are in between the parties, going to the next party. That's their break.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. So
Will you send
Miss-
out the PowerPoint?
no, it's actually a part of the course that's for sale. So that's why I was going to present it.
Okay.
But what I can do is turn my camera around so y'all can see it in the one video of the actual party.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now my son is 14 now. Funny story, during COVID, nobody wanted to work. Well, not wanted to work, everybody was scared of COVID. And we still had parties on the books. We offered to do like come to your front step and we'll deliver something or post pictures for you outside. So he was 12, 11 or 12. And it was like, I didn't have any workers, so he heard me. Excuse me. So he was like, Mommy, I could do it. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like this is a big deal. But he's been watching me since he was like 5, because that's about when I started the business. So he got in there and it's been on ever since. He already knew what to do. He's very bubbly. He's very engaging with the kids. And another reason you want to get the teenagers, they already know the hip songs. They already know how to dance. They right in that space where they're just playing with their little brother and sister type vibe. But now he gets like $50 tips. He trains other people. Indirectly, he don't know that he's training, but he'll be like, yeah, you got to do it like this. And yeah, he's definitely on the team. I'm going to turn this around. Gotta figure it out. Okay, it looked blurry. Is that just me?
Yeah, it looked blurry.
Okay.
Do you have your the background, your background?
Let me
on?
see. I wonder why it's like that. Okay. Yeah, it looks blurry as ever. What else can I do? Close these curtains. Nothing, huh?
Maybe tap on the screen tap on the phone screen to
Okay.
kind of like, there you
Oh,
go, to get the focus.
boom. There we go. Okay.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Okay, this was things I talked through. So I'm really gonna get to the video. And then like the song list, you can screenshot the song list.
Wow, that Mickey seems tall. Minnie Mouse.
Cheeseburger. Okay, so that was a real party from start to end. Like we played all those songs through, like that was everything. And there was a lot of TikTok stuff in there, so that stuff was popular then. But I already had the song list made. So did that help? Was that a good visual? Here's some can't lose with songs, like you can win with these songs here. And was the video helpful?
Yes, very helpful.
Okay. I'm making a longer version this year, like a training. So every year we don't have to, because the kids, they grow up, they go on. So I'm making a detailed training for that as well.
Okay.
Because there's certain movements you need to do, like you have to train the kids not to talk, not to pick babies up without being prompt. Because people will just walk up to you and put the baby in your hand. Like they can barely see. That's dangerous.
Oh.
So here's the rest of it. Activities you could do. Here are one version of the balloon candy cups that I was talking about. Can y'all see this? The troll has like a deluxe one. If y'all can see that.
I can't see.
Okay. I'll take a picture of it. Oh, hold on. There we go.
Oh, that's so cute.
So you see all that detail, but really it's just candy in the bottom. And you make Poppy or whoever out of these balloons. And balloons are very, very inexpensive. LaRocks.com, that's a good website to get your balloons from in bulk. And then if you're in a rush, Amazon is good. Okay, yep. So like yard cars go well. That's the cocoa bombs, very inexpensive to make. You can pre-make them or have an event where everybody makes them with you and then the Grinch come out. Like I said, it goes well with face painters. And this was like a big party. They had everything there. And this was the theme. This is a bunch of themed treats on this table, all Minnie Mouse themed. So how do I get out of here? Okay. Okay, we went over how to stay safe. And that's the type of training you want to go over with the kids, because most of the time it's their first job. So you got to go over it and practice with them what to do in case of emergency. And here are some of the dates out of the year where you can run those promo campaigns and make way more than 125 or 150 for just that one character if you add something with it. Even like Easter, put the eggs in the yard or simple Easter baskets. Those are good upsells. And that is it. That is it. So if you think of something afterwards, don't hesitate to text me or anything. I'll definitely answer. I appreciate you all coming. This keeps me sharp. This is very fulfilling. And the best way to record the process is for me to keep talking about it. And I'm trying to get my whole team evergreen to where orientation is like a day of everything that we do, and then I can test them. But the reason I got into making a course and documenting everything, I wanted to train somebody. I was gone and I needed somebody else to do something. It was like, well, how do I do this? It was nothing out there. Like I was looking on YouTube, it was nothing about this. And it's not like a hidden industry. Like there's a couple of people here doing it in Ohio. They've been doing it for 20, 25 years. And I was just like, nobody put this together like a training. So that is that. But like I said, if you think anything else, let me know. We are gonna do that official training, like mascot training, how to get in there. And I can't think of anything else. I don't think I said fundraising. We've been a part of a lot of fundraisers. And that's mainly like people taking pictures with the characters and they donate what they want. You don't put a price on there, that goes well. Of course, bundling it with bounce houses, face painters, balloon twisters, concessions. Once you get this down, you can add whatever you want, the popcorn, cotton candy machine, and you can make a whole thing fiasco and people would buy it.
Oh, I did have one question about the heat. I did see your Amazon store and I see that you put a bodysuit on there. And just wondering, do they have do they put fans underneath their suit?
Not this vendor. No.
No, like your workers.
No, because we're not in them that long.
Okay.
And so that you made me think of something else. If somebody is getting like, if you are one of the mascots at the basketball game or the baseball game,
Mm-hmm.
those have fans in them because they out there for hours straight. They're not getting no breaks. But
Gotcha.
the most I did was a camel pack where you put the tube in your mouth and you could drink water.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the camel back with cold water in there for those hot days.
Yeah. What is it called? A camel pack?
A camel pack. Just like CAMELPAK.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So I don't, when you getting your workers, if you don't got them already, I prefer boys because the girls come with their nails done, their hair done, a ponytail, 2 ponytails, and it be so much that they can't even get the head on, or they nails so long and the rhinestone snagging on everything. I found it, even for the female characters, the girl bunny, Minnie Mouse, they're all boys. Yep, so yeah, so I'm gonna end this one. And as I come out with more, I definitely will let you guys know.